takes you. We'll be there. See how HAP is here for you.
Ignite to impact.
Are you an entrepreneur feeling overwhelmed and alone in your business and want to know how to get help that you can afford? Well, in today's conversation, it's all about entrepreneurs, especially solo entrepreneurs, those who are working with no employees, go from feeling like there's nowhere to turn for help to knowing the resources that in fact can help your business grow. How y'all doing today? I'm Dr. Geneva Williams, a vibrant life coach and business strategist, and I'm just so delighted that you're here today to have a conversation about something that one of you asked me about. I was doing we were in this conversation about entrepreneurs and how entrepreneurs can grow. And I got a question about, well, what are some of the affordable ways that you can grow your business, particularly if you're a solo entrepreneur? So I thought that would be a great topic to talk about. First of all, let me say that if you're an entrepreneur who has no employees, I want you to know that you're in good company, okay? There are about 30 million small businesses in the United States, and a great percentage of them, like close to 80%, have no employees. And then another 5% or so, 10% or so have less than 5 employees. So the vast majority of those of us out there running businesses don't have employees. So if you're alone in your business or want to start a business and kind of not sure about what to do since you're by yourself, or I know my experience was when I first started out and it was just me, I was overwhelmed. Frequently, I felt I didn't have the time to do anything because I had to do everything. And then I wasn't sure I was doing the right things. And then I really, even when I said to myself, well, perhaps you should be trying to do something else or do some more things, I didn't know where to turn or what to do. So perhaps you feel that way. Let me know if you're feeling that way too, as an entrepreneur or solo entrepreneur or someone who's thinking about starting a business, but really kind of lost in terms of what are some of the first steps to take. And so I want you to know that perhaps some of the things that I'm giving today, you've heard about. And that's okay, because you know what I want you to do? If you know about them or you heard about them, share them with a friend. Okay, it's all right. And then I also want you to drop in the comments some things that you do that as an entrepreneur or a business person that help you in what it is that you're doing in your business or helping your business grow. I also want to let you know that I have no affiliate links or connections with any of the resources. Now, I'm not going to say connections because I do use a lot of them. So I am connected, but I don't gain anything monetarily from any of the resources that I'm going to share with you. That's one of the disclaimers that you're supposed to make. So I'm going to make that disclaimer. And so let's get started with 7 affordable must-have for your solopreneur sandbox. Now, you may say to me, well, Dr. Geneva, why are we talking about a sandbox? I already said why we're talking about solopreneurs, but why a sandbox? Well, do you remember when you were young? I know I do, when I used to play in the sandbox, okay? And sometimes I would play alone. My friends hadn't come out yet, or it was late, and I got to stay out an extra 5 or 10 minutes. And so I was by myself. So there were toys and things in the sandbox that I would, play with to occupy my time and that I'd have fun with. I'm going to tell you though, these days, so I'm saying sitting in that sand. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I could do sand on the beach, but in the sandbox. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to do. Okay. So the sandbox. And then sometimes you will have friends in the sandbox. And we're going to talk about that too, and how you can use, how you can leverage that even as a solopreneur. Okay. So let's start talking about the 7 things you need to have in your solopreneur sandbox that are affordable. The first category that I want to talk about is business development and planning. So here are the big 3. And I wish I had or really understood or knew about these resources when I first started out. The SBA, the Small Business Administration, it's a government program. It's everywhere. They have district offices, specialized centers. They can help you with loans, contracting opportunities, counseling, just everything. And they are such a great free resource. You can bookmark it on your computer so that it's always there. Second, connected with, again, this trifecta of business development resources I want to give you: SBA, the state agencies. Every state has an agency of SBA, and many of them have specialized centers like for women or for veterans. And so that those centers, those specialized centers, dive even deeper with resources, et cetera. Again, these are all free. And then the third piece of this trifecta is SCORE. Now, the Service Corps of Retired Executives. And these are folk who were successful entrepreneurs, successful business people, and they've retired and they're volunteering their time to give you advice and tips and all of that. All of those, and they're supported by the SBA. So they're a program of the SBA. So those 3 things, are the top. And I just suggest to, if you're solo, if you got employees, if you've been in business for 5 years, it doesn't matter. The SBA and their specialized centers and SCORE should be a part of your sandbox. It's something that you can use. And again, they're free. Online workshops, podcasts. In fact, I just was a guest speaker at the SCORE roundtable, where I was sharing tips and resources with entrepreneurs and CEOs. It's called the CEO Roundtable. And so there's tons and tons of resources. Okay. Next, I want to tell you about, in this category of business development, the AARP Small Business Resource Center for 50 plus. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Even though it is for those who are over 50, if you want to start a business or in business at any age, you can profit and, really leverage these resources. It's phenomenal. It offers education and resources for entrepreneurs and established business owners. And again, it's free and affordable. I also wanted to let you know about the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. It's a major national free business education curriculum. I just graduated from it. It's phenomenal. The resources are incredible. It is competitive. You do have to apply, but once you get in, all of those resources and connections with services and networking opportunities with entrepreneurs and business owners across the country is available for you. So I want you to know about that to put in your sandbox. And then, have you heard of B Plans? That's the letter B as in boy, B Plans. It's a site, bplans.com, that provides anything you want to know about how to write a business plan. And lately, they've expanded and they're talking about all kinds of different issues related to your business. And so this is a fantastic opportunity for you to go and, get templates and free advice and guides and worksheets on business planning. And then also remember, there are a ton of online courses that institutions and colleges and universities put on for free online. One of my favorite is EDX. So that's ED with a big X. That's one of my favorite. And also Coursera, Coursera. Tisha, perhaps we can put that up. That's Coursera, Coursera.com. And again, courses, a ton of free courses and information. And so as you're looking and thinking about developing and planning for your business, it's also important to stay in the know. And that's why I wanted to put this category as first in our list of seven affordable must-haves for you, because you want to keep your learning about business and being an entrepreneur at the top of what you do. But you want to have those connections to resources that are easy and quick. And so these are on demand. You can go to these courses to get this education, to get this knowledge, when, of course, you have the time and the energy on your time. Okay, so that's the first category. Number two, in terms of affordable things to have, has to do with systems and making sure that everything is running in your business. So I'm going to start out with Gmail. Yeah, it's a free service. You got to have it, okay? And it's a must, really, for any business owner. And you get a free email business account with, about 15 gigabytes of storage, and you get access to a large plethora of tools that you can use. So it's the thing to do. But I also want to direct your attention to Google Workspace. Used to be called Google Suite, but now it's Google Workspace. And it really is what I consider the next up level. So if you can afford to go up a little bit, now this is free for about 14 days. You get a trial period, and then it's $6 a month. And of course, whenever you're listening to this video, their pricing might change, but right now that's what it is. And so Google Workspace, used to be called Google Suite, is really something I think you want to do, because it does provide a custom email for your business, and includes things like Gmail, okay, calendar, meet, chat, doc, sheet, slides, et cetera, et cetera. And so this really is where I think you need to be. So if you can afford the price, I would go to this Workspace, because Google Workspace, because it really, for business owners, it's really the place to go. Also want to drop on your Dropbox. It's a file storage system, and it's just, it just offers you the files and the synchronization and the software to keep files, particularly large attachments, that you can and do use in your business. And it's really, I don't know what I would do without my Dropbox, as well as my Evernote. Now, the Evernote app is a note-taking app, but it's much more than that, because you can be on the internet and you can see web, an article that's really important and you want to keep, and all you have to do is clip it and it goes right into your Evernote. And then you can search for all the notes that you put in. It's very intuitive and user friendly. So I think you need a good note-taking app to keep them ideas in a place. Evernote is a great one. Don't forget Doodle. Doodle is great for scheduling if you want to schedule client meetings, but more importantly, Doodle if you want to meet with others. And I think as a solo entrepreneur, as someone who's working by him or herself, you want to be able to connect when you need to. So having a scheduling app like Doodle, there are many different apps. I'm just giving you these suggestions that can, spurn your imagination. So if you say, I do need a scheduling app, let me try Doodle, or let me search for other scheduling apps. So the point is, get yourself a scheduling app, entrepreneur. Skype, there's so much conversation, obviously, about Zoom. I use Zoom all the time, but let's not forget about Skype. Skype was kind of out there in the beginning. I think it was the first. I'm not sure, but it's an internet calling service. And, it really was at one time, and probably still is, the standard for video conferencing between computers, as well as Wi-Fi based calling, and between mobile devices throughout the world. So if you need that personal face-to-face connection, again, entrepreneurs, think about Skype, your free video conferencing with Skype. Also want to throw in Slack. Now, you may be saying, well, Dr. Geneva, I'm by myself. Why do I need Slack? Slack is really for communicating with others on your team. But I put Slack on the list because you may want to grow. Okay. And even though you're an entrepreneur and maybe a solo entrepreneur, you may have contractors, interns, and other folk who you make a part of your team that you want to communicate with. So I'll just put that in there for you to think about. Now, the third category of affordable must-haves, I believe, is your digital presence. Have to do with that. So the first and best thing I want to tell you is WordPress. You need to create a business website or a blog. And you can have the flexibility of doing that with something like a WordPress site. It's intuitive, there's free templates, and it's a way to also nab a cheap domain name. And you can build a simple website. And blogging or having a blog page is one of the best ways as a small business to connect with your customers and prospects online. And, with WordPress, you can start it and do it for free. So I do suggest that. Now, here's another place for your, digital presence, and that's social media, your social media platforms. They're free. Okay. So LinkedIn, thanks for being here. I'm so glad I'm here. You got your LinkedIn, you got your Facebook, you got your Instagram, you got TikTok. I'm on TikTok now. If you all want to jump on over to TikTok and get some wisdom that I drop out there on a pretty regular basis, several times a day. But these social media platforms, of course, are affordable because they're free. And many of them also, you can go from the personal to the business page, your business page on Facebook, TikTok for business, Instagram for business, etc. But the point is that for entrepreneurs, particularly those who are solo, this gives you a digital presence. And that's one of the must-have things that you need to have in your sandbox. Also, so, and then as you're doing that, I do want to remind you about something like a tinyurl.com. That's a free service that lets you use shortened URLs. So if you see something that you want to share with your customers or your audience and you don't want to have that link, that link that be going on forever, ever. You don't want to have that. You can shorten it by using something like tinyurl.com. I know there are others. I think Bitly is one, etc. But the point is that these shortened URLs you can use that can get, instant, people when they see it, they want to click on that. They don't want to click on that long thing, particularly if you're sharing it in email. Okay. Also, to enhance your presence, you want an email marketing service. Try something out like MailChimp. It's a wonderful way to stay in touch. You can send up to 12,000 emails to 2,000 subscribers per month for free at the time of this video. So again, email marketing is such an extraordinary, important way to stay in connects with your customers. So do that. I also want to, in this category, drop on you some SEO tools that you should be using to optimize search. The search people, search optimization is how people find you online. It's how people find you. So things like Answer the Public and keyword research and Uber Suggest, these are SEO tools that can help you not only get found online, but also use the keywords, the things that people are searching for. So this helps bring you even closer to your target audience and those people you want to stay connected with, but the folks you want to help, because you want to be able to solve the problems that people are looking for and searching for. So these SEO tools like Answer the Public, Uber Suggest, etc., keep you connected. Oh, Leah says, yes, how you doing? Good morning, Leah. With all these wonderful apps, it's important to stay consistent. Yes, taking notes. Use Evernote. Yes, presence on social media is often. That's right. You're right, Leah. It really doesn't work unless you work it. So giving you these must-haves, it's important that you must use them. Make it work for you. Thanks, Leah, for that. And then also, in this category of digital presence. So if you're out there online, you're being present, you want to look good. Okay, so that's your designs. So Canva, I love Canva, and Canva for free. And the thing is, a lot of these apps, you can start off free. And then as you use them, as you experience them, as you get a little bit more money, you can upgrade to the premium. And that, of course, opens up other, great possibilities. But starting out, Canva is phenomenal. And so you can really enhance your graphic design and do what it is you want to, just present yourself really in a positive light. I also want to drop on you Flickr, which of course, you can put your photos. It's a photo sharing site, which is really great. You have a whole lot of images that you can get for free or without attribution that you can use as you're developing your designs, etc., as well as Unsplash, which is probably one of my favorite, even though it's smaller than most photo sharing sites, because they're constantly refreshing it. And you can find a lot of new photos and diverse photos. I really like the diversity of images that Unsplash gives you. Okay, so those are the things for your digital presence. Number 4, in terms of must-have categories of things, is getting noticed. All right. So advertising and marketing, please go sign up for Google My Business. Again, it's free. You can go there and you can, similar to updating your information on Google Maps, you complete this page, and anyone searching for your company can find you and receive accurate information because you fill it out. Okay. And so Google My Business can give you an advantage. Don't forget Yelp. I know people have, sometimes, have different mixed feelings about Yelp. That's okay, because Yelp also does customer reviews as well. But again, you can fill it out. There's a page, and, you can get your customer reviews, but you can also highlight customer reviews. So don't be afraid of it. Try it out. But listen, here's another one I want you to remember: the yellow pages. Now, let me tell you, the yellow pages ain't your mama's yellow pages. Okay. If you go right now and Google and yellow pages, I'm telling you, yellow pages is something. They have grown up. Now, I don't know about you, but I grew up with the thick yellow pages. If you didn't have that yellow pages thick book, you didn't know nothing in life. Okay. You didn't know where to go, how to go, etc. Well, yellow pages now is all digital, etc. And what they're doing is, they're positioning themselves as helping small businesses because they want you to shop local. So they're encouraging and promoting you to shop local. And so again, it's free. Don't forget yellow pages. Here's something else I want you to do to get noticed in this must-have. You got to have this in your toolbox. Are y'all familiar with HARO? HARO, help a reporter out. Let me tell you, I love HARO. Help a reporter out. HARO. Now, what this is, again, a free service. It connects journalists who are writing stories with people who have expertise. And so on a regular basis, well, I get mine every day, you'll get these emails that'll tell you what journalists are looking for, what stories they're looking for, what things they're interested in. And then if you have an expertise in a particular area or have some information or tips about, different things. There was one there the other day that said, a journalist, a reporter is working on a story about the ways to help entrepreneurs start a business. So, I know about that. So, all you do is once you see it, you click on the link and it takes you right into connection with that particular reporter. So, hey, Sharon, how you doing? Ooh, full and fabulous. That's my girl, Sharon. It's so good to connect with you again. And thank you. I'm hoping this information is helpful. But anyway, HARO, again, free. You get the emails, they come right to you. But it's good because you can find something where you can get noticed and get an article written about you, et cetera, et cetera. It's great. All right. Next category I want to talk about in these 7 must-have categories for your sandbox is getting paid. Now, you want to get paid, whether you by yourself, whether you just starting out, or whether you grow, looking to grow your business, you want to get paid. And so there's a ton of paying platforms. But of course, I want to mention PayPal. I'm telling you, when I first started out, and I remember I got somebody who's interested in being my first coaching client. I know what to do. I was so excited. Oh, yeah. And then it occurred to me, well, wait a minute, how am I going to get paid? I had no idea how I was going to pay. So I was saying, well, I started saying, well, I'll ask them to send me a check. Now, that ain't going to work. And then I thought about it and I said, well, how am I going to do that? And I had a PayPal account for years. I set up a PayPal link, sent them the link, got my money. Now, so again, I know, fees and all that, but the point is to think about getting paid. How are you going to get paid? That's got to be in your sandbox. That's the point I'm trying to make. So of course there's PayPal, there's Stripe. I use both of them. And that's the other thing I want to tell you, that you can use several things, several platforms. You don't have to stick with just one thing. Okay. So, um, and then when we talk about getting paid, there also is this aspect of raising money. So there are crowdfunding platforms. Google it. You can find some. I want you to do that. One is Kickstarter. I'm somewhat familiar with them. I hear great things about it. But the one I hear an awful lot about is Patreon. Patreon, Patreon. It's a membership based, and if your business is more content based, it's something that you may want to check out. It's really a lot for creators. I really like it. I'm thinking about jumping into it, but it also is a place where you can have members and subscriptions, because that is becoming the thing. And I'm getting ready to start. One of those programs where I can connect more closely on a regular basis with you and share some high premium content. And this is one of the vehicles that we as entrepreneurs can use. So I want you, when you think about getting paid. All right, I got two more categories. The sixth category that I want you to make sure that you have in your solopreneur sandbox is getting help. And you might say, well, Dr. Geneva, I'm a solo entrepreneur. How do I do that? Well, you can. There's Fiverr, Upwork. Okay. If you haven't checked out Fiverr, it's wonderful and very reasonable pricing. And the thing is, you can pick and choose from a whole lot of different people to do various jobs. So if you need someone to help, someone to be your social media manager, you can go on Fiverr or Upwork and find someone to do that for you for very reasonable fees, and you get all kinds, and you can read and review the customer ratings, so you're not stepping into something that you might be kind of hesitant about. But let me tell you, particularly Fiverr, because that's the one that I use most frequently, they stay on it. I mean, if you have any problems at all, they don't play. And that's why I like Fiverr an awful lot. So check them out. You can use them. Also, think about interns. There are a lot of colleges and universities out there who have students who are looking for some experience, and at a very nominal fee, or sometimes not at all, they will come and volunteer or, work with you in terms of your business. So do not forget that. And here's another group I want you to think about, and that's your family and friends. Now, you may say to me, oh, Dr. Geneva, do I want my, but yeah, there may be someone in your family or a friend of yours that you can ask, would you like to help me out? Whether for some experience or a little bit of money or what have you. Perhaps, your sister is an expert with numbers, and you need someone to help you with accounting. Or perhaps your aunt, knows how to do some marketing. Perhaps she's retired and that's what she did during her career. Why not ask them? Why not bring them in and ask them, can they help you? Why not, hey, use that as a resource, as a way to get help? And then this other one I want to drop with you, and this is one sometimes we forget, and that's collaborate. So there are other folk out there who are perhaps doing similar things. Well, not perhaps, no one's doing anything new, but everyone's doing something uniquely. Okay. So I'm a coach, and there are lots of coaches out there. And so I'm not trying to say that there ain't no coaches out there, and I'm trying to be the one and only coach. No, I'm trying to be the most unique coach for the people who want me to help them solve a problem. Okay, so I want to be for them a unique coach. So that means that there are lots of other coaches out there who I can relate to who are doing the same thing I'm doing, but perhaps we can collaborate. We can collaborate on a webinar or on a seminar, or maybe we do a podcast together, or, whatever. But the point is collaborating is a unique way to get help. Okay. All right. So we've gone through these. My last bucket, my last category in the 7 affordable must-haves. If you're an entrepreneur and you have no employees, here it is. Get work-life balance. Now, you may be surprised that this shows up on my must-have for entrepreneurs, but anybody who knows me, who knows one of the uniquenesses that I bring as a vibrant life coach and a business strategy, that the well-being of you is always on the list, because I believe, it is my belief that you're the best for others when you're the best for yourself. When you're your most raving fan, you can help others. When you're your biggest cheerleader, you can help teams flourish. But you got to be about yourself. So finding balance in your life is so important, particularly as an entrepreneur, and especially if you're working by yourself. Okay. So make sure that you've got an app like Headspace. I love Headspace. And that can help you find so much balance and go through so many. There's Calm. There's a lot of apps, but Headspace is my favorite. Make sure you're getting your exercise, you're drinking water, you're doing things that you're passionate about and that you love, and that, in fact, you're doing something that you love every day. So you may say, well, running my business is what I love. Well, that's good. I'm so happy for that. But find a couple, 1 or 2 other things to put in there as well. Okay. So you can keep that kind of balance between that work and life. So it's a must have. In fact, you may find that this is the biggest, best toy in your sandbox to play with as you move forward in your entrepreneurial journey. Okay. Now, I got a bonus for you. If you thought I was going to leave you just hanging just with these 7, I hope, and if you have suggestions, I asked at the beginning, if you have some great things we should put in the sandbox, I know you're going to drop them down there either now, live, or in the replay. Okay, but I do have a bonus for you. And you know what the bonus is? The bonus must have. If you an entrepreneur, solo, getting ready to start your business, anywhere you are on your entrepreneurial journey, sign up for the Vibrantpreneur Weekly. Yes, the Vibrantpreneur Weekly is a place where you get on a regular basis, that's once a week, tips, strategies, wisdom on how to be the best entrepreneur, how to balance your life and your work. That's what a vibrantpreneur is. I coined the term vibrantpreneur, and it means that person who's got that vibe, who has that balance between life and work, and what they do personally and what they do in their business. And that vibrantpreneur is always, glowing and got a vibe, feels overwhelmed at times, but knows how to deal with overwhelm, can go from being lost or alone or unsure about what to do next, to being confident, owning the room, and knowing what to do when and how. So that vibrantpreneur is something that I'd love for you to sign up for. Again, that newsletter can keep you up to date with must-haves and advice and strategies for not only living your most vibrant life, but having your most best vibrant business. Okay, so that's it. So I'm closing out. Love you all. Hope to see you next time. And again, got comments, questions, drop it there for me. And hello to all of you who were watching and listening. Enjoy having you here. See you next time.